Well, it's a beautiful desert night, so I might as record the story. It was many years ago in that the lake above Laughlin. There was not trying to snitch on nobody. But we were up there partying. You know what I mean? I just moved out there. I'm probably out there a year, 2 years. It was the very first time I had partied there at night at that lake. There was Catherine's Landing, I guess is what it's called. If you head down the dirt road right there, there's a little cove. You know what I mean? And like, I'd been there before when the sun was up, but like I had never been there before. And there was a good amount of people. You know what I mean? There was Travis and his truckload of people. There was another car, some people. There might have been another car. I don't know, but it's not like it was a big sausage party. So you know what I mean? Like there was a certain amount of us, certain amount of females. I say me, Travis, James, his little short buddy, another fool that lived right there, and like two or three other guys, plus you know, I mean, girls around to match up. And like we were there like an hour, you know what I mean? And like you're listening to music, and back then we didn't have radios and phones and stuff. So like the radio, when the car turns off, like when the light starts to dim, you might want to turn off, or you're not going to get out of there. So you know what I mean? Like, so we started not like a little like break apart, but there's like a little cove right there. So you know what I mean? Like just kind of wander off with like, you know what I mean? You be talking to a girl or something, you wander off a little bit. Not very far enough to toss a beer. And it was weird. James starts kind of like, hey, look, there's a bunch of stuff going on in the sky. There's like, man, I'm not trying to hear that weird stuff. You know what I mean? And like, there's a bunch of other guys and was like, hey. Then like out in the cove, out in the middle of the lake, there's these people. They're out there fishing in like a little tuna boat, and they start flashing their light at us, flashing up, flashing their light out, flashing up, cluck, 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 cluck. So it's like, I don't know. I look up and I see some weird, you know, some weird lights kind of wiggling, but I'm not trying to get involved. So I'm not, you know what I mean? Like y'all crazy with this dumb shit. I ain't been out in the desert very long. This is the first time at this lake. Like, but I see some lights wiggling. It's like a white, blue, white, and it does some stuff that, you know, shouldn't be right. And I'm facing I'm facing east. No, I'm facing west across the lake. So we're on the east side of the lake, facing west, and that's a lot of desert. Had a lot of like testing grounds and stuff that direction. And well, we see that light on. You know what I mean? Like we're just out there smoking and drinking, just chilling. Like yeah, smoking and drinking. Yeah, you know. But and I'm gonna say wait like a loss of time, but it was weird. It was like time to go after we seen that. It was like we kind of get out of there, and I don't remember what happened in the car in front of me. I'm not driving. I'm kind of in the back. So there's the homie driving, Travis. There's somebody with him. There's James, and there's somebody in the back seat, and there's another somebody, and the girl that I'm talking to. Like, I'm just talking. I'm not doing nothing. But, you know what I mean? And me in the back facing the other direction. And we hit the Catherine's Landing in Big Street where there's like actual road. It's no longer dirt road. And you take a left, heading back, trying to get back to town because like, you know what I mean? I don't remember, like we were out, might have been out of beer or something, but it was just weird. So we got out of there. I don't know what happened to the car in front of us or the car behind us. I don't know what happened. All I do know is we got pulled over by the cops. There's a cop pulled us over. The one sheriff out there, the one park ranger that was out there, with the lights and all, pulled us over. That fool ran up to the car, and then like there's a bunch of, you know what I mean, like, so 3, 6, 7, 8 kids underage drinking and smoking out by the lake besides the car that was in front of us. And he didn't say nothing about drinking and smoking. That fool said, "Did you guys see the light?" Yeah, we seen the light, homie. We seen the light. You know what I mean? And like Travis had a conversation with him, and like you know what I mean? I was worried because I haven't been out in that long. I've been out there that long, and I was already like, you go to Arizona back then, you catch cases like real quick. You like smoke some weed, you know what I mean? Now you're feeling. So I'm trying to talk to the police. He's trying to get us out of there. He get jump out of the car, and they were talking, and like, you know what I mean? It's not a big issue. I'm not talking to the cops, so, but he lets us go. No ticket, no nothing like that. That cop stopped us with lights blazing, sirens and all, just to make sure we seen the light he's seen. So there was something that went on, and that's my record for. Oh, no! When we got back to James's house, we got back. Okay, like I said, I'm new from out there, so I don't remember. Like, there's some gaps, so we must have dropped some people off. I don't know what happened to that first car ahead of us. Like I said before, the cops pulled us over. We go back to town. We at least dropped one load of people off. So it was me, Travis, and James. And I think Travis was with his old lady, and James was with his old lady. You know what I mean? My old lady wasn't around, and we had dropped everybody else off. And we got back to James's house, and Aunt's there. And last thing we want to do is run out and like start. Man, we see UFOs. The cops stopped us. We were up by the lake drinking and smoking, and you know what I mean. Like, we ain't trying to hear all that bullshit on me. So we like, hey, check it out. Don't go in and say nothing stupid to Aunt. It's like 1:00 in the morning, midnight, 1 a.m. Might have been a little later, but casino times, like the casinos out there, it gives people, so it's hard to. But it was definitely getting later. And we get to the pad, get out the car. Travis runs in the house, runs and finds Aunt, which is like James's mom, and just, we seen UFOs. We got stopped by the police. They asked us that we see UFOs. Man, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I wanted to set the record. Like, this is my part of the story. I don't remember. You know what I mean? Like, I want my part of the record set. I was asked today about it, and we've never spoken about it. So I told him he needs to tell his side of the record that way, because there's 3 of us. All 3 of us were in the car. All 3 of us are still alive. So I think it kind of needs to be recorded. It was like end of summer, 97 maybe. I remember walking on the beach. I remember walking on the sand and like walking into the lake with my feet. I had never, like I said, I had never been there partying that night. And like, I was warm enough I could walk in with like my feet. So it wasn't cold. You know what I mean? And it was the first time I'd been up there at night. So it couldn't have been that long after I'd been there. 97 summer, late 97. You know what I mean? I don't know after that. But that's my side of the story, man. Yes, so.